The gravel of Blackwood Ranch crunched under the tires like breaking bone. Elias turned off the engine, but the silence that followed wasn't peaceful, it was heavy. "Home, sweet home," Elias said, though his smile didn't quite reach his eyes. Clara looked at the Victorian manor looming over the stables. It was beautiful, in a skeletal way. Then she saw the movement in the upstairs window. A curtain flitted shut. "Is she ready for us?" Clara asked. "Mother is always ready, Clara. That's the problem." The dinner guests that night, the dining room table, was set for 3. The centerpiece was a vase of dead lilies. Eleanor sat at the head, her spine a straight line of silver and silk. "The roast is medium rare, Clara. I hope your stomach can handle it. City girls usually have such delicate constitutions." "It smells wonderful, Eleanor. Thank you for opening your home to us. It isn't my home. It is a legacy, a bloodline. Elias is the 6th generation to breathe this air. You're the 1st generation to breathe mine. Mother, please. We talked about this. Clara is my wife. Tell me, Clara, do you know how we break a horse that refuses to yield? We starve it of light. We make it realize that its only world is the one we provide. I'm not a horse, Eleanor. No. Horses are expensive. They have value. The accidents begin by the 2nd week. The accidents became a language of their own, the brake lines. Clara's vintage convertible rolled backward toward the ravine. The emergency brake hadn't just slipped. The cable was frayed with a jagged edge. The allergy, Clara, deathly allergic to bee stings, found her EpiPen case empty in her purse. Later that day, a disturbed hornet's nest was placed inside the sunroom where she took her morning coffee. "Elias, she's trying to kill me," Clara whispered in their bedroom. "She's just grieving my father, Clara." "She's territorial," Elias snapped. It was passing, his shadow stretching long against the floral wallpaper. "You're making me choose, and you won't like the answer." The midnight stable at 1 a.m., Clara woke to a rhythmic thumping. Thud, thud, thud. She threw on a robe and crept out to the stables. The air was thick with the scent of manure and old wood. She found Eleanor in the back stall, standing over a massive, trembling stallion named Cinder. He knows. You know, animals sense a predator. "I'm not the one sneaking around at night, Eleanor. Why do you hate me? I love him." Love is a temporary chemical. This ranch is permanent. My son is the king of this dirt, and a king needs a queen who understands the cost of the crown. You want to take him to Chicago? You want to turn him into a man who wears suits and checks a watch? He wants to leave. He's suffocating here. He thinks he wants to leave because you've poisoned his mind. But I've spent 30 years weeding this garden. You think you're the first love of his life? Eleanor walked to a loose floorboard near the hayloft ladder. She kicked it aside. Underneath lay a velvet box. She opened the Italiano. Inside were 3 wedding bands. Different styles, different eras. Elias has a type. Spirited, independent, and ultimately disposable. The revelation: you killed them. You killed his other wives. Oh, Clara. I didn't say I killed him. The barn door creaked. Elias stepped out of the shadows. He wasn't wearing his pajamas. He was in his riding gear, holding a heavy iron brand that had been heating in the small forge at the end of the barn. "I told you, Clara, you're making me choose. And I always choose the ranch." "Elias, what are you doing?" "Mother says the North Marsh is getting soft again. It needs the weight. The others are lonely down there." "Do it, Elias. Then we can have breakfast. Just the 2 of us, like it's supposed to be." The final standoff. Elias lunged. Clara dove into Cinder's stall. The horse, already spooked by the tension, reared back. "Cinder, hate." The stallion bucked, his massive hooves striking the wooden gate. Elias tripped on a bale of hay. the hot branding iron flying from his hand and landing in the dry straw. In seconds, the accidental fire they had planned for Clara began to consume the barn. The horses. Elias. The horses. Elias didn't look at the horses. He looked at Clara. He saw the fire reflected in her eyes, not fear, but a cold, hard resolve. She grabbed a pitchfork from the wall. "Stay back. Both of you. Clara, give me the phone. We can fix this. We can tell them it was the heater. No. I think I'll let the ranch have its secrets, including you." She bolted out the door, sliding the heavy iron bolt into place from the outside. "Elias, open it." The roof. Clara didn't look back. She ran to the truck, the keys she'd swiped from the kitchen counter heavy in her pocket. As she peeled down the driveway, the barn was a pillar of orange light against the black sky. She stopped at the wrought iron gates and picked up her phone. 911. "There's a fire at Blackwood Ranch, and you're going to need a dive team for the North Marsh."